coverage. Namely, while waiting in a vast vacuum of results, how to fill 6 hours of airtime. Or.
That's the big question. That's a problem both for Hillary Clinton and
on. You heard Rachel Maddow again and again in this tape. She is one of the on-air analysts during MSNBC's live coverage. As a talking head, Maddow represents the progressive left. She hosts her own radio show every evening on Air America, and she's also David Gregory's sidekick on his MSNBC show, and she appears regularly on shows like Countdown with Keith Olbermann and The Verdict with Dan Abrams. Right now, this second, she's on the media. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Hi, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so rate Tuesday night's coverage. Did you guys, you think in that vast 6 hours of vamping, do you think it jumped the shark, or do you think you stayed pretty much relevant through the whole ordeal?
I was riveted, but I guess that's what they pay me for. It actually became a story that we didn't have results because people were focused on what the margin was going to be in Indiana. We had instant results out of North Carolina. And the fact that we couldn't answer the question itself became a form of results. We started talking about the fact that that meant that it wasn't going to be a blowout for Hillary Clinton. That had implications. What we were able to do and what we were not able to do became part of the story that we were all covering.
I think this conversation is about what it's like to be you. How does it feel to be on live national television, pretty much in the absence of, facts or reporting, and just kind of blathering? Does that feel good? Does it feel bad? Does it feel dirty?
Some of what I do in my life is blathering, but covering election night, we are actually reacting to facts as they are brought into our discussion. The exit poll data is real. The results information is certainly real. The statements by the candidates are real. And those are the facts that we bounce off in order to create a hopefully interesting, engaging narrative about what's unfolding in political news that night. So it doesn't feel artificial to me, but I do think that what happens in cable news coverage right now on big political nights is that, every Tuesday where there's an election is now a Super Tuesday. And if it's a Super Tuesday, it justifies having 40 people on set at any one time. And I think there is a real danger that the kind of alpha dog narrative of the night gets followed by everybody else. So whether it's Tim Russert or whether it's George Stephanopoulos, they give their take on what's happening, on what the story is of the night, on what direction things are going. And because we're all in a group, we're all in the same room, I think that creates a tendency to all follow that storyline. And I think I, by nature, resist that sort of thing, just because of my personality, but it does often make me the contrarian in the room.
Right up till the minute before the primary, all the talk was about Reverend Wright, which actually got under your skin. Here's you.
I find it incredible that we're all sitting here going, why won't the Jeremiah Wright controversy go away? Well, you know what? Today, John McCain unveiled his health care plan. We got 3 different statements, 3 different policies from the candidates on gas prices. We got the President of the United States making a huge economic speech and speaking to reporters for 40 minutes. We've got 4 Marines, or 4 U.S. soldiers who were announced to have been killed in Iraq yesterday. What else has to happen in the news to push Jeremiah Wright out of the headlines before we do it for 6 straight headlines on every politics show in the country? This is all we're capable of talking about.
The thing that is least rewarding to me about television is that I don't get to decide what stories we discuss. Usually that means that I go along and I try to come up with my best take on what it is that they're throwing out there for discussion. But every once in a while, like with that tape that you played, every once in a while, I think that the most important thing about the story that we're discussing is the fact that it is deemed worthy to discuss on cable television. And so that point is something that I'm willing to bring up. I mean, I don't think that television executives and television producers are particularly happy to hear their pundits say that. Essentially, you're questioning the production of the show.
Were you spoken to about that little tirade?
Was I spoken to about it? No, I don't have that kind of relationship with them. But I made clear that I was